Guys, it's literally happening. I'm going to show you what somebody just posted, and I want you to guess who posted it. Pause to read. If you guessed Amy Kremer, you would be correct. But if you're like most people like me, who the hell is Amy Kremer? She is the founder of Women for America First. And she hosted through that organization the Stop the Steal rally in Washington, D.C. that culminated in the January 6th attack on the Capitol by Trump supporters. Prior to that, in 2016, she ran 2 political action committees to help get Donald Trump elected. And prior to 2016, she was high up in the Tea Party movement. And she just posted that. And if you don't understand how important this is, let me enlighten you. She's about as deep as somebody can get within the MAGA cult. Additionally, she is a leader and conspiracy pusher within the MAGA cult. She is a power broker within the MAGA movement, and she just posted that. There you go.
Hi guys, my name is Esther Daniel and you're welcome back to the channel. So now, Amy Kremer, one of the Trump's biggest cheerleaders, is shocked that groceries cost is so much. Girl, what did you think was gonna happen when y'all kept screaming, "Make America Great Again," while voting for a man who started a trade war and blew up prices in the first place? Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but how do you blame Joe Biden for inflation when Trump's tariff literally caused half of this mess? But I guess reality hits different when the same people who told others to stop winning can't even afford eggs now. Let's get into it, but before we do that, please subscribe to the channel, like and share the video to help the channel out, and don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments.
Donald Trump had a lot of demographic subgroups that helped get him elected. Saw blacks for Trump, Latinos for Trump, even women for Trump. Yeah, a group created back in 2016 and helped him campaign in each one of the 3 campaigns where he ran for president. The founders are 2 women named Amy Kremer and Catherine Circus. Amy Kremer put a post on X on Monday, I believe, and she's talking about how difficult it is for some people to survive with the cost of living continually going up. This is what she said. The cost of living is out of control. The prices are outrageous and continue to climb. I don't know how people are living. Families are struggling and can't afford to eat. Our elderly are hurting and too prideful to say anything. Something's gotta give. You know, I applaud her because she's right. Like I always say, you don't need a politician, president of the United States, and anyone else to convince you what the economy's like. You know, when you go in the grocery store that prices are going up and the cost of living is getting more expensive in everything. Food, rent, energy, you name it. So she got it right? Well, not exactly. While Donald Trump's been the president of the White House for the last 9 months, she doesn't blame him for it. This is what she says. Because some are too dense to get it, those are effing Joe Biden prices. President Trump has done an amazing job in the 9 months he's been in the White House, but this is all because of the trillions of dollars spent under Biden and sky-high inflation. And she goes on to say that if it weren't for Trump, the situation would be even worse. It's hard to imagine it being even worse. We just saw the ADP jobs report. We've seen inflation going up for each of the last 4 months. We've seen tariffs increasing prices for people. We've seen small businesses going out of business. We've seen small and medium businesses losing more jobs than anyone. So it's not getting better under Donald Trump. And for how long are we going to continue to say, well, he's only been in office for, 3 months, and it was 6 months. Now it's 9 months. Eventually it's going to be, well, he only had 4 years, right? At some point, you just have to admit what it is. This is a Trump supporter that's struggling and just denies the obvious. that she's struggling in large part not because of what Joe Biden did. Inflation peaked at 9.1% during the pandemic and went down every single month until he left office. And the last 4 months under Donald Trump, it's been going up while jobs are going down. Lay blame where the blame should be laid. Donald Trump is not helping the economy right now. Will he fix it? Will his policies work? Hell, I don't know. But I don't think anybody voted for, I'll be okay if you fix it in 4 years. People said they were struggling and struggling now, and he said he could fix it on day one. So I got to tell you, Ms. Kremer, you got it partially right. Things are out of control, but you're blaming Biden for it. You still got Biden on the brain. The man is no longer in office. He's not president of the United States. You better point the finger at the man that's in office, because right now, he's the only one that can fix it.
Let me tell you a little bit about Amy Kremer. She is a conservative's conservative. She was a member of the Tea Party well before Trump was actually involved in politics. And then when she was in Trump, she founded the group Women for Trump, and she's actually the chair of Women for America First. She organized the January 6th insurrection, and she helped fundraise for all of the Stop and Steal protests. She's an advocate for Trump's mass deportation plans, and now she's finally feeling the effects of Trump's poor economic policies. She said, the cost of living is out of control. If you don't grocery shop, you need to go to the grocery store and see for yourself. The prices are outrageous and continue to climb. I don't know how people are living. Families are struggling and can't afford to eat. Our elderly are hurting and too prideful to say anything. Something has got to give. She says all this and continues to endorse every single one of Trump's policies. MAGA, what the F is wrong with you?
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stayed on here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
How has your life improved since Donald Trump has gotten to office? I'm asking MAGA. I'm asking the far right. I'm asking conservatives. I'm asking white Christian nationalists. How has your life improved? What policies, and please don't mention the border. Please don't mention the border. What policies has this man put in place that has improved your life personally? That is the question I have to ask. And then once you answer that question, I want you to answer this question. How has Donald Trump attacked the less than 1% of transgender people in this country? How has that personally affected your life? How has it made your life better? And then I want you to answer this question. How has Donald Trump attacking immigrants in this country improved your life? What has improved in your life, your personal life, inside of your house? Has it changed your bills? Has it increased your pay? Has your health care improved? Has your retirement plan improved? Are you getting things built in your city better? Is food cheaper? Is gas cheaper? These are the questions I really want y'all to answer. Because if nothing has gotten better, why did you vote for him? Take the time. Answer the question.
I just spent $197 at the grocery store, and I don't even know what I bought. I walked in for eggs, milk, and maybe a treat if I was feeling wild. I walked out with financial trauma and a receipt that looks like a CVS scroll of shame. Break it down. $6.49 for a dozen eggs that I have to handle like I'm smuggling Fabergés. Milk, $4.29 for a jug of future regret because I know I'm going to forget it's in the fridge until it's chunky. Bread, why is it $5.79 now? What part of this loaf is artisanal? It's white bread. It has one job. And don't get me started on produce. I grabbed 3 apples and the self-checkout told me that'll be $8.12. I didn't buy heirloom jewelry. I brought fruit. Why are bell peppers sold like they're concert tickets? Oh, sorry. The red one is premium seating. And then I made the mistake of walking down the snack aisle. One bag of chips, $4.79, and 85% of it is air. Honestly, the most affordable part of the experience. Want a frozen pizza? That'll be $9.99 for the privilege of disappointment in a circle. So yeah, $197 later, I'm home with 3 bags of groceries, a new fear of inflation, and a carton thing that was free was my sadness, and I bagged that one myself. Tag someone who needs to start a garden with me because we can't live like this.
Groceries are so expensive right now, you don't need a pantry. You need a time machine back to the Great Depression. Listen, at this point, if you don't have what I call a Depression-era pantry, you are setting yourself up for failure. And I know some of y'all are like, what's that? I wasn't even alive back then. Don't worry, I got you. A Depression-era pantry is about survival with style. It's budget-friendly, non-perishable items that will ensure you never go hungry. Flour, cornmeal, rice, dried beans, oats, pasta, molasses, cocoa, peanut butter, canned fruits and vegetables, canned meat, lard, vinegar, salt, sugar, and spices. You know, this is all the stuff your grandmama could take and make 20 meals out of it and continue to feed the family over and over again. See, most Americans, y'all got really addicted to living high on the hog, like little mini Rockefellers, right? Eating fresh salmon on a Wednesday night, sipping cold brew like water. Let's keep it all the way a buck. See, you were never rich. You just had enough credit cards and cheap prices so you could pretend. And now, that runway is gone. So here's the irony for me. The same folks, right, that used to laugh at grandma's struggle meals are about to be Googling how to make biscuits from bacon grease and molasses. And honestly, it's not even shameful. For real, it's smart. Because the truth is, prices are not done climbing yet. We have not hit the peak. So either you build yourself a Depression-era pantry right now, or you're going to be out here paying $15 for a bag of rice like it's a luxury handbag. Because at the end of the day, y'all, survival is not about flexing. It's about preparing. And the most American thing you can do right now, learn how to make it work no matter what. That was just like they did back then.
Hi Trump supporters, it seems that many of you have found my page. So if you want more reasons to fight with me in the comments, let me give you some. Republicans love to throw in the face that Obama deported just as many people. And you'd be correct, Obama did deport 9 million people. Now, I won't speak on my opinions of this. I'm going to simply speak facts. And the facts were that these people were already in detention centers. They weren't being pulled from Home Depots, from elementary schools. I mean, is that not just cruel? Or do you have no heart? Want some more facts? Trump is simply weaponizing ICE. He's weaponizing the military. And you say he's not weaponizing, then why would he do this in a sanctuary state? In fact, Texas is actually number 2 in housing immigrants in the entire nation. So why do this in LA then? You speak about the protesters being violent, being cruel, being all of the things that you guys say about it, but is what Trump doing not very well politically motivated? Now you talk about how Trump is getting rid of criminals. Being illegal is not a crime. Fun fact, being undocumented is a civil offense. You know what else is a civil offense? Forgetting to pay your parking ticket, jaywalking, speeding, having an unregistered pet. So Trump supporters, don't act so virtuous. You guys love to talk about respecting the rules and respecting the law. Then why vote for a man who clearly has respect for neither of those? Simply said, the President of the United States is being cruel, whether you want to see that or not. You say that the protesters are being A, B, and C, but when you feel powerless and all you can do is take to the streets, would you not do that as well? Read a history book. That's what our people have done. So yes, we will continue to rally in March. Thank you.
And so, you know, Donald Trump again has put these stupid tariffs, these taxes on food that we can't even grow in the United States, like coffee, right? 99% of the coffee that we drink comes from other countries. He's put tariffs of anywhere between 10 and 50% on coffee. And, you know, the other thing that's happening is, in addition to raising the cost of groceries, farmers in the United States are getting crushed because countries are putting retaliatory tariffs on us. So, for example, soybean farmers who usually sell a lot of American soybeans to China now aren't able to do that anymore. And so it's thrown the entire system into chaos. Now, their answer is, well, we'll take some of the tariff revenue and we'll use it to make some of the farmers whole. It's like, okay, first of all, that does nothing to help the consumer. That does nothing to help lower prices at the grocery store, number one. Number two, okay, you bail out the soybean farmers, but you're going to have a whole bunch of other farmers saying, "What about us?" And then you bail them out, and then you're going to have people who own independent grocery stores saying, "What about us?" And they cannot put this cat back in the bag, right? This like the only way to fix this is to get rid of the dumb tariffs on food, right?
Now, here's what's funny. Amy Kremer actually said, families are struggling and can't afford to eat. Our elderly are hurting and too prideful to say anything. That's real pain, and honestly, it's sad that it took personal struggle for them to finally see what millions of Americans have been going through. But instead of blaming Trump's trade tariffs or his messy policies, she's still shouting "fuck Joe Biden" like that's gonna make bread cheaper. And let's not forget, she claims Trump has done an amazing job in 9 months. Girl, he's not even president right now. The mental gymnastics these people do just to keep believing the fantasy is wild. This is what happens when politics turns into a cult. Even when your wallet's empty, you'll still thank the same person who caused it. See, this is what happens when people vote based on vibes instead of reality. They've been told for years that Trump was gonna make America great again, but somehow it only made their wallets lighter. These same folks are realizing that their gas prices, rent, groceries, all of it, are sky high, and the people they follow online, they're too rich to care. At this point, it's not about left or right, it's about reality. The MAGA crowd is finally realizing that blind loyalty doesn't feed you. You can't eat propaganda. So when you start to feel that pain at checkout, maybe it's time to stop worshiping politicians and start demanding real solutions. Because no matter how many red hats they wear, inflation doesn't care about your party. Anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share the video to help the channel out. See you in TV next video. Bye.